Is memorizing dates important?
Memorizing dates is actually helpful, but there's a reason it's disparaged, because too much rote memorization doesn't really get at the heart of what the College Board and what we as educators are trying to do, and that is trying to help students develop those kind of deeper critical thinking and analytical skills. So Jason mentioned the 9 time periods and the years. While College Board does not require students to memorize those, I think it's really helpful to know those dates, because those dates reflect various turning points or key events that are used to shape a narrative and an understanding. So for example, we see some of the time periods actually have some overlap to them. So period 4, for instance, is 1800 to 1848, but period 5 is 1844 to 1877. And so that overlap is in order to help better tell a story. The story of Unit 4 is the story of antebellum America. And that story includes political changes, early industrialization, immigration, but it also includes reform movements. And one of the key early reform movements is the women's movement. And an important event that takes place in that movement is the Seneca Falls Declaration of Rights and Sentiments. That's in 1848. But Unit 5 starts before that in 1844, because there's another key event that happens in 1844. That's the election of James K. Polk on a very expansionist platform. And of course, his election leads into the Mexican War, and College Board wants to tell the story in Unit 5 of war, the Mexican War, sectionalism in the 1850s, the Civil War in the 1860s, and then Reconstruction in the 60s and 70s. And so while students don't need to memorize dates, I think it's very helpful for them to know those 9 time periods and to know a few other essential dates, because the dates allow students to be able to kind of hang some of their historical knowledge on. And while dates aren't critical, chronology is very important. College Board does expect students to understand things like causation, cause and effect. It's hard to do that if you don't understand the scope, the actual time frames and the years things happen.